My name is Cariad Harmon, and I am a singer-songwriter. I was largely self-taught for a long time. I used to write a lot of poetry and stuff, so it was quite natural to start doing that. And my dad wrote songs too.
Looking back, what do you see as the hardest moment in New York or in your music career?
You know, it's difficult. One of the things in New York specifically, it's difficult. It's financially to be here as an artist. I'm sure you know. So I think for me, oftentimes what makes me the money isn't the musical stuff that I'm doing. So what I find the hardest, and have found the hardest throughout doing this, is trying to juggle that, and trying to find a balance between making enough money to survive and also keeping a focus. Because it's very easy to come home at the end of a long day and just collapse. The last thing you want to do is get online, try and book some shows, practice, sit down, you get creative, It's hard to sort of turn that on like a faucet, when you've been working all day. So I've bartended, I've done odd office work. Right now I do a little assistant styling for photo shoots and stuff, which just means ironing clothes, really. I was a chambermaid in a hotel for a while. I cleaned up a lot of funky shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see a dark side of humanity. Yeah.
Oh, God.
What else have I done? I worked like in a convention center doing like stuff. I tried to do telesales. That was a disaster. Yeah, anything. Anything that doesn't require nudity. And even if you pay me enough.
Even then, you still gotta make rent. Was there a specific time you decided that you would pursue this career?
Yeah, for sure. And I was sort of a bit lost, really, living in a town called Brighton in England, and I was having a lot of fun, but I was waitressing and bartending and just kind of messing around, and I would play guitar and sing occasionally around the place, but not in any serious way. And my mum actually called me up and was like, you got to sort your life out. You have to figure out what you're going to do, because we feel like you're just drifting, which I was for a few years. So, and my dad, he knew somebody who's a professor at Berkeley, so I went over there for a summer program and then decided to go to school there and get into a lot of debt, which has been very fun. It's been awesome, especially in a career like singer-songwriting, because I'm going to earn loads of money to pay that back. So, but anyway, that aside, it was really when I decided to move to the States and go to school for music that became like obviously the primary goal. And before then, it was just kind of a hobby, I would say. So I had a bit of a rude awakening when I went to Berkeley in terms of like people's work ethic and how there are people there who've been playing since they were 5 and they're so incredibly talented. So I had a very steep painful learning curve, but I'm glad that I went. I don't know, there's so much hardship in this choice, and I'm sure there are many violins this size, playing for me. Like, it's a choice you make, But it's so difficult to make a career out of this. I think I have a personality. It would be very difficult for me to do it without that support too. Like, it's just so hard. I need somebody to sort of be like, it's gonna be okay, you're really good, And for me, that's been. I'm lucky enough. That's been my parents.
What would you tell your 14 or 18-year-old self?
God. What would I tell her? Definitely something about being responsible with money. Just to not, I guess, and I struggle with this now too, but not to worry so much about whether I'm good or not, but just put that out of your mind and just do the work. I feel like I wasted a lot of time, and still do sometimes, like, it's not good enough, and it doesn't really matter. If you put that out of your mind and you do the work, then you get better,
Yeah.
So I think I struggled to commit to this for a long time for those reasons, and I think I would have probably committed to music much earlier if I just thought, fuck it, I'll get better,